Good morning, lovelies. It's Monday, 26th of October. Hope everyone's okay. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for all the comments and thoughts on the last and previous vlogs and podcasts. Lovely to hear from you all. And I've been reminded that although this is a tough time, there are also opportunities within it. So I'm grateful to those who reminded me of that. And you know, we do have a bit of time to look at new things or look at things in a new way. So thank you to everyone who's brought that up as well. Monday, beautiful day today, although quite cold, but definitely autumn. The clocks went back this weekend, so it means we now have to light the dog up when we take her out. And I'm digging out all the very old cardigans, and this one's probably 20 years old, I would guess. An early example of not quite enough yarn. Can you tell when I was running out? What makes you think that might have been happening? But, oh, excuse me. It's a real old faithful, this one. It genuinely squeaks when it's wet. The yarn is an acrylic that is not a good acrylic, but although that's not good for the planet, I am certainly getting use out of it. So yes, it's old, but it's cosy. Of course, himself still wearing shorts. Taken the dog out this morning, still got shorts on. Should have been a postman, that boy. So I'm bundling up in woolens, and he's still in shorts and t-shirts. So I don't know how he does it. So this week I've got quite a few ceremonies. At the moment, work-wise, that's it. I don't have anything that I haven't yet met or spoken with the family. So I've got writing up to do and preparation to do, but I haven't got any visits thus far. One phone call and it can all change. So that will keep me busy, but hopefully not too busy to do crafting. I've been doing some spinning and I'm about to lean forward and rustle. I was going through the fibre that I have, and a year ago Claire from the Ferret and Gibbon podcast and I went to Lewes, which is the county town of Sussex, to the Guild of Dyers, Weavers and Spinners. I've probably got those crafts the wrong way round, but they're the right crafts. And as well as having a lovely exhibition and a bit of a sort of yarn show going on, they had some people offering their wares for sales, and I bought these lovely rolags. Now this was before I got my wheel, but got these lovely rolags, and I forget what the fibre is. I think it's merino silk. I think it's 80% merino, 20% silk. And the colour, oh, I've just found the label, excuse me. And the colour is Twilight. No, that's not going to show you. Trust me, it's Twilight. So what I've got is I am spinning these, and I'm going to ply them with 50 grams of a very similar colour, so to make a 2-ply yarn. So can't remember what fibre this is. I know I've got it written down somewhere, so I will find that out. But yeah, so I was doing a bit of that. Had a bit of a tidy of the office, not that you'd ever tell, but it is a lot better than it was. So I can't put my bobbin back on the wheel, but I'll do that in a sec. Yeah, so it's been a sort of pottering around kind of weekend. Weather was really wet and grim yesterday, so well, it was in the morning. It got quite bright in the afternoon, but Sunday afternoons are my sleeping time, and I have no shame in that whatsoever. So I woke up at one point and said, oh, you wouldn't believe it's the same day, would you? Back to sleep again. There we go. So I will take you with me throughout the week, but don't hold your breath. I don't think it's going to be that exciting. Cheers. Hello, lovelies. I don't know if you can hear that. rain on the car roof. Some time ago, a couple of weeks ago, I said to my dad, gave him today's date and said, it'll rain that day. I said, why'd you say that? I said, because I've got a burial with a graveside service. So it's not just the fact we're outside for the burial. I only ever get them in the winter. Don't ask me why. But the whole thing will be outside in the rain. Now, in the past, on bad days, the chapel has been opened up. There is a chapel building here. And it's been opened up to allow people in. But this was pre-COVID that this happened. I don't know if that will happen today. Because I don't know if they've got the staff to then sanitise it and clean it down afterwards. And also, I don't know how many we're expecting as to whether it might be too many people for the size of the room. So we're all going to get wet. Hurrah! Oh, joys. I think I better get my glasses dry before I go anywhere. The lovely funeral director stood behind me the whole time and held an umbrella over me. Now, I had my umbrella sort of over me and sort of hooked over my shoulder. So he then took the handle and said, I'll hold that. And I did wonder for a moment what he was talking about, but he was talking about the umbrella. Sadly, I mean, he's a handsome man, but, you know, I'm a happily married woman. He's a happily married man. We'll leave it there. Bless him, the family. Oh, apparently the lady who died liked the rain. Cheers, mate. And we kept it as quick as we could, but we're all very soggy. I'm sitting on a cover. I'm just about to put my cardigan on, although my shirt's fairly damp. My smarter coat isn't as waterproof as I'd like it to be, and my waterproof coat looks like an old bin bag, so you have to just sometimes get wet. Take care, all. Hello, lovelies. It's Thursday, it's chilly. The weather forecast keeps telling us that it's warm for the time of year, but I think it's a bit nippy. Probably because it's quite damp, so that makes it feel colder. How are we all? Well, since my last bit of recording, I've not been terribly well. Tuesday evening, I wasn't feeling too great. It wasn't because of the cold. Something I'd eaten had caused me to feel very uncomfortable. And I thought it was going to be bake off, bath and bed for me. Well, it turned out to be bake off, bath and throwing up and then bed. I wasn't terribly well. And now my ribs really ache, because there's nothing like vomiting to give you a workout of the core, is there? But apologies, and I will stop moaning, because I have something very cute to show you. Look at this little sock. Look, isn't it adorable? I will make another one as well. I'm hoping that both will be needed. But look at this little sock, isn't it just so cute? So this pattern it's basically a regular vanilla sock, 32 stitch instead of 64. And it's by Kate Atherley Baby Socks. Now, the original design, as you can see there, has a longer leg and a turned over cuff. I didn't do that. I just did a little sock. So I need to do another little sock to make a pair. So cute. ickle things. So it's Thursday morning, had knit night last night. Only a few of us last night. Sometimes it happens, sometimes we get a big crowd, sometimes there are just a few. It's great fun either way, because it's nice to see loads of people, but it's also nice to have a kind of proper chat if there are just a few of you, so it all works. And today have a ceremony and another one tomorrow, and then it's fairly quiet at the moment. At the moment, as always, one phone call can make a difference, so we'll see how we go from there. But plodding on. I'm making another little cute sock. So sweet. See, when I've got the second one, I'll do little dog. Yeah, anyway, stop it. Go and do some work, Lesley. Hello, you fabulous examples of gorgeousness. How are we all? We've made it to Friday. That in itself can be deemed a victory. Hope everyone's doing okay. Weather here's still pretty grim, but we have pretties to cheer us up. I've got these babies to ply later. Thank goodness for crafts. Yes, another week. A fifth of England are... The population of a fifth of England are now living in the tightest lockdown conditions. I know that some of you are in those, under those constraints. Keep well, keep safe, keep doing whatever you do to keep everything balanced and okay. At the moment in this part of the world we are not under those constraints. I mean, it could be just a matter of time, we do not know. And I know that elsewhere in the world this week, France and Germany both putting quite tight lockdown measures in, so wherever you are, whatever restrictions you're living under, please keep as well and as safe as you can. If you're in the States and you're going out to vote this week, please do vote. People like us, and by that I mean anyone who isn't kind of landed gentry, weren't allowed to vote for such a long time, so please do vote, but please keep safe doing so. It's what a strange world we're living in. So yes, it's Friday, we've made it to the end of the week. I've got a ceremony later today, so it's been a busy week for ceremonies, and then next week I've got one, so that's just the way it goes. Slightly panicking because most people I speak to are saying, oh yeah, we're getting quite busy. Then why aren't I? Who have I upset? I don't think I have. I think it's just the way it falls sometimes. So, all the joys of self-employment, eh? Yes, so the weekend is going to be fairly quiet. Just kind of pottering around. I haven't seen a forecast, so I don't know if the weather's going to be any good, whether we can do anything in the garden, or himself wants to cut the hedge at the front of the house, and that has me on ladder holding and sweeping duties, so I know my place. So that might happen if the weather is dry and not windy, but we'll see how we go. So take care everyone, whatever you're doing, keep well. Happy Halloween for those who celebrate it. Like everything else this year, it's going to be different, but I hope that if you have small people who enjoy, as a friend of mine used to call it, demanding confectionery with menaces, that they're able to have fun in other ways, and that you're all keeping safe and well. If you're a glutton for punishment, the monthly podcast will be up tomorrow. Quite a lot of content this month, a lot of spinning. I broke down a fractal spin so you can see that process if it interests you, and a few bits of knitting, and giving away the knitting and crochet diaries. Don't know if I mentioned those yet, but the lovely Janet, who produces the Knitting Companion book, has produced knitting and crochet diaries for next year, and she has incredibly generously offered a couple of, one of each to me to give away, so that will be announced in tomorrow with a little very simple prompt on that one. And yes, we plod onwards, and it's nearly November. How did that happen? Oh dear. Look after yourselves, look after everyone that you can look after, because we know a lot of people are feeling a bit isolated, so I'm trying to think of who I need to kind of keep in touch with, and people are keeping in touch with me as well, which is lovely. Take good care, look after yourselves. See you tomorrow if you watch the monthly podcast, and next week if you watch the weekly one. Thanks so much everyone. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.